Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. Today I am painting a couple of birch trees. This was a short that I liked so much I thought maybe you'd be interested in watching the full version of it. And it's only about, 13 minutes long, so it's still pretty short. Anyway, I've popped the picture into the corner from my reference photo. Took this years ago, and I have painted this before in a full-sized painting. I think it was like 9 by 12. Anyway, it sold at the gallery, and it was really cool. And I thought I would try this again. So I just laid down some blue-gray, and now I'm lifting with, I tried with a round brush, which doesn't work the best. Then I tried a flat angle brush, and that worked much better. So I am just trying to lift out where the trees are, which is kind of strange because the trees are actually darker than the background. But I didn't want the blue behind the bark color. So anyway, it worked pretty well on this paper. It's a little Strathmore artist trading card piece of paper. Yeah, it gave me an idea of where I was putting the trees without drawing them in the first place. I try to keep these shorts really simple, and so this is really short. And just dropping in some green just for in the bottom corner there's some leaves, and this reference photo was more about the state of the bark and the perspective of the trees shooting up to the corner. It's actually a picture I took out the window of our cottage at this cool old birch tree that isn't there anymore because we lost it during a storm. So it is immortalized in my photo and paintings. Just get the green a little bit more than one spot. Just but like I said, it's more about the bark. A little too much there. I just wanted a little bit more of a lighter touch on the green, so I did get in a kick right after that of taking photos of trees looking up. So I've been doing a lot of those in my shorts, although those aren't all my reference photos. Some of them came from Every Artist Reference Facebook group, Every Artist Reference Library, something like that. I will try and link that again because some of those tree shots came from that. Although this one is, like I said, I took. So I'm just getting a little of a, I use usually a little sepia and a little bit of indigo blue. I like to put those two together and get a gray, kind of warm gray for bark color. And right now I'm just using a round brush. Getting the base on all the big branches in. Not wedded to my picture, like I always say. I'm doing my interpretation of this picture, and not really worried about my branches being in exactly the same spots. I'm just trying to drop in some darker color along the shadow side of the tree while the base color is still wet, so that it can blend a little bit, which worked better on the bigger tree than it did on the little tree. I had to give it a little help on the smaller tree, skinnier tree, I guess. It's not really smaller. Because I was trying to avoid just having like a line. So it's a little hard to see what I'm doing right there, but hopefully my hand will get out of the way soon. And I was just drawing a skinny little branch in. That was the other fun thing about these trees, is how strangely their branches come out and just take a right angle and go off in another direction. As much as I miss that birch, we can now open the window, the one window, all the way, which we haven't been able to do while the tree was right up there against the cottage. So just drop in a little more bark color, a little more variation. And see, now I've added a little water to my brush. I'm trying to get rid of that line. That, for some reason, that tree was not as wet, even though I painted it after the other one. But it needed a little help. Dropping in a little lighter gray, trying to get some of the direction, like it was up on a slant on the one tree at that part. And now just adding, because watercolor dries lighter. So if you think you've got it dark enough, you probably don't. You have to wait till it dries and then see where you're at. And again, it's all about texture on birch trees. But I still do want the other side of that tree. So I wanted to not just leave it white. Because these trees, like I said, they're actually darker than the sky was then. I just decided I was going to have a darker sky than what was in the picture, the photograph. And I think I am getting the tiny brush ready, my liner brush, my rigger, so I can really go to town on all the wispy little branches. Now, I like to do a fair number, but I don't want to crowd the whole page with them. I don't need to draw every single branch in, and I certainly don't need to draw them exactly where they were, because you'll never notice. You just need that feel of all those little bitty branches. I like to flick my paintbrush a little bit to get kind of a jerky branch. Being a little more careful about where I put them than I usually am. Yeah, you can see I kind of jerked it a little bit to kind of stutter. I like to make it stutter. And now I'm just trying to get a little splatter on the trunk to get a little more texture. I find if I kind of lay it down right exactly where I want it, very close to the page, I can get a little bit more control over where the spatter goes if I don't feel like masking it off, like with a cutout paper towel or something, which for a short, I would never do that. It's because it's so fast, you'd never notice. And now there's this tree has all these really shaggy little bits off to the side where it's peeling, and there's nothing smooth about this tree at all. And so I was just using my rigger brush, my liner, rigger, whatever you want to call it, to get the edges all uneven, because that's how this tree was. It gave it kind of a little bit of a calligraphy kind of look, a pen and ink kind of look, only it was all with the brush, maybe more illustrated, I don't know. But it was a fun way to get that rough kind of shaggy bark. I thought it worked pretty effectively, which is why I thought this might make a nice longer video where you can really see what I'm doing if you like to paint birches, or you're looking for ideas on how to paint different kinds of bark, or birch bark particularly. And now I just wanted to get a little bit of the branch in where the greenery was coming from, because it was up high, really. It was the top of some trees in the background. Then there's always the which side do I sign it on, and what color shall I use to make it show up. I've been taping my shorts in a specific way so that I can peel the tape off really easily. And it works most of the time. As usual, if you liked this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit the cute little bell. And I really appreciate all of that. It helps so much. You can also buy me a cup of coffee. There's a link in the description below. And I would love it if you could check out my Etsy shop, where I have prints of my artwork and my cute little monsters for sale. I also have been putting up some original artwork, and I hope to get all these little shorts, these little ATC card sized shorts up on there soon, and those will all be the originals. So anyway, until next time, thanks so much for watching.